You know, every once in a while we get into a job where we've got a really long haul. And this one is no exception. So I want to talk to you a little bit about our brush cart. I think I've spoken to you about it before, but I want you to bear with me on this one. The end of the video is going to show some of the good climbing shots, and we're doing some good work. But I want to talk about this cart. I built this cart, actually built two of them, over 20 years ago. And it has proven to be so valuable. The volume of brush that I can put on this cart is probably at least 5 or 6 times as much as one guy could haul in one load. And it works a bit like a rickshaw. You know, it balances the load out. So you're not really dragging it, you're kind of rolling it along. Here I'm going downhill, so it's a little bit easier here. But I'm showing you this whole thing here because it is a long, long haul. So just to show you how easy this is, I'm holding the camera with one hand and I'm hauling this huge load with just one other arm. This is a different perspective of the same haul that I've got. But could you imagine doing that time and time again, just holding on to a load of brush versus rolling it out of here? So, like I said, this is a cart that I built. You could probably modify a dolly of some sort. This one will hold at least 1,000 pounds. It's great for wood. It's great for brush. We adapted it with a couple of spots where we can put a couple of 2x4s in there, and that's what holds the brush in place. It's an interesting perspective here. And at this point, I'm going to get on to some good video, but if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, this is my opportunity to say, please do so. I need more subscribers. I like it when you add comments to the videos, ask me questions. I try to answer as many of the comments as I possibly can. And if you hit the like button, that helps in the YouTube algorithm. I don't even know what an algorithm is. But anyway, long and short, this is my video of this project. We were 4 days on these eucalyptus trees, and the farthest one in the back was a real long haul. I want to take a couple minutes here and show you this device. I'm very, very proud of it. You notice how the 2x4s go into this area here. It's kind of like a manifold, and it goes in 2 different positions. It'll go more straight up and down or sideways for wider brush piles. I also want to show you how easy it is to unload it. So I dragged it all the way out to the chipper. I pull out one of the 2x4s and then just flip the whole thing over, and everything ends up being pointed towards the chipper, and it's ready to go, ready to clean it up. You pull the brush cart out, put the 2x4 back in, and go get another pile of brush. It's as simple as that. I think everybody should think about getting or making something like this. That is, if you're in the tree service business, of course. So I'm going to let you watch the rest of this. It's some pretty good rope work here. I want you to take off these 2 low limbs over here.
I can take some way off if you want.
Okay, it still feels heavy on that side.
Yeah, well, I can do some stuff like that or change the rest on this side.
Yeah, I'd take a couple of big cuts on that side. The rest of the tree looks really good.
Okay. Just pull down the road so I can remove the ring.
Okay. Pull the rope down.
Yep.
All right, this is really cool. This is on the leaves of this valley oak. Does anybody out there know what these little tiny dots are? I do, and I'll tell you in a second here. These are a type of leaf gall. Galls are an interesting subject, and I have this book by Ronald Russo, and I bought this back in 1985. You got it signed here. It was published in 1979. And I found this little image right here from a red cone gall wasp, which causes these little red cones on the leaves of the valley oak, and it's apparently Oregon oaks as well. You know, galls are an interesting subject. There's a lot of different types of galls. There's galls that grow on the leaves, galls that grow on the stems, galls that grow on the wood, and a lot of them are caused by wasps. There's a wasp called a cynipid wasp that causes these things to grow. And I'm far from an expert on galls, but it's really interesting to kind of flash through the books and at least figure out how to identify the gall that you're looking at. Golly. Who said that?